Good evening. This is a regular meeting of the Molalla City Council for March 11th, 2026. Please join me in the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I'd like to remind all participants, including staff, elected officials, and members of the public, that Robert's Rules of Order will be enforced in this meeting. We welcome your opinions and look forward to your polite participation. Audience members, we request that you silence your cell phones and not conduct side conversations during the meeting. Thank you. Roll call beginning with Councilor Basinius.
Councilor Basinius, present.
Councilor Bartholomew, present.
Mayor Kaiser, present.
Councilor Childers present.
Councilor Schenkel present.
Councilor Gilmer, present.
Assistant City Manager Matt Corthell present.
Chris Long, Chief of Police, present.
City Recorder Christy Tates present.
Dan Huff, City Manager, present.
All right, do staff or council have any changes to the agenda tonight? All right, up next will be a consent agenda consisting of a work session meeting minutes for February 25th, 2026, and the City Council meeting minutes for February 25th, 2026. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Any discussion? All right, Christie, will you call the roll?
Councilor Gilmer.
Aye.
Councilor Schenkel.
Aye.
Councilor Childress.
Aye.
Councilor Bartholomew.
Aye.
Councilor Bysinius.
Aye.
Mayor Kaiser.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote passes 6-0.
All right, moving on. Public comment. Citizens are allowed up to 3 minutes to present information relevant to the city, but not listed as an item on the agenda. Prior to speaking, citizens shall complete a comment form and deliver it to the city recorder. The city council does not generally engage in dialogue with those making comments, but may refer the issue to the city manager. Complaints should first be addressed at the department level prior to addressing the city council. Do you have any comment tonight, Christie?
None this evening, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Public hearings. Up first will be resolution number 2026-08, adopting findings to support an exemption from formal invitation to bid process for sludge removal public improvement project, declaring such exemption and authorizing direct award of such contract to Rachi Incorporated. This item requires a public hearing. I'm opening the public hearing for resolution number 2026-08 at 6:04. The purpose of this hearing is to hear a staff report and listen to public testimony. Does any council member wish to acknowledge actual or potential conflicts of interest? All right, Ms. Corthell, can we have your report?
Good evening, Mayor, and thank you, and good evening, Council. So this is basically, the long and the short of this is that, and I can get more into details if anyone would like, but the long and the short of this is that we had the sludge removal from Lagoon 1 for the wastewater treatment plant project scheduled as a phase 2 for the project. That would require us to go back out to bid, go back out to contracting, because we were unclear whether or not we would have the funds available to include that in the phase 1. So if you remember, when we rebid the project, we dropped that off of there in order to get bids, because on our first bid attempt we didn't get any bids due to the complexity of the sludge removal and all of that. It's very tenuous for folks to bid on. So we did get bids, and we actually got a really, really good bid and accepted it, and that project's obviously, as you guys know, about a little over 50% done. What we've discovered in the time in between there is that we will have enough funding to proceed with the full sludge removal from Lagoon 1. And so in order to, well, part of the reason we have the ability to have that funding is that if we move it into the phase 1, we get reduced unit costs due to economies of scale. So if you're removing, 1 unit of sludge, it's bone dry tons is the measure, but if you're removing 1 unit of sludge, the cost is really, really high per unit. If you're removing 1,000, it goes down a little bit per unit. So the same concept applies here, is that, hey, by asking this contractor to remove more, We avoid costs because we increase the units, which decreases the unit cost. We also avoid mobilization fees. Those folks who work in the construction industry know every time you have to come set up on a project, that's a new lump sum cost right at the beginning. We avoid that through this process. So I consulted with the city attorney's office because this is a big contract amendment it'll actually end up being just under $7 million. But I wanted to make sure that we were on the right track and doing, because it's a big one, and it could draw some attention and all of that good stuff, and we want to do things the right way. And so they actually are the ones who suggested and approved this procurement methodology, which is the exemption process. So that's what we're doing here tonight, is just trying to get that exemption passed. I will say that the funding for this is already in the project, and so it's ready to go. It just needs to be bumped up into phase one, and in essence, that's what this enables us to do. If you guys decide not to approve this, we would have to do it as phase two, and we would probably estimate about an additional $2 million, 2 to 3 million. I put 2.5 in the report, trying to find a good medium ground, but $2 to $3 million additional for the phase two if we were to do it, in two phases, as opposed to moving it up into phase one. So this is really just an opportunity that was presented after the rebid, based on the price we received from that bid being lower than what we expected, and the opportunity to save a bunch of money by moving it up into phase one. So that's what this is, and it allows us to do that, modify the contract to do that.
Did it?
Yes, sir.
Got anything? Council, any questions, comments?
I think it's wise, to look for those savings opportunities. If we're planning to do it anyways and we can save everybody a couple $1 million and move it ahead of schedule, seems like a win for everybody involved.
Totally.
Mac, I'd like to go a little more forward thinking. We have Lagoon 2. What would it take what do we need to look at finance-wise while they're there, to have them do Lagoon 2? Because, if we add that, it's gonna be even more savings, because nobody's gonna have to mow back in, and we just get it all done at one time.
So Lagoon 2 is actually part of the rebid contract, because that's our treatment work. So that one was already in there. The only thing left out was the Lagoon 1 stuff. So this will result in both lagoons
Being done at the same time.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
okay, I didn't hear that before.
We will be done with sludge removal.
Perfect.
Right.
Well, and
That's-
everything will be done with the whole entire project
Yep.
at one time. We don't have to worry about coming back to it like we thought originally.
Absolutely, and it also saves you guys money, saves the city and the citizens money by not having to continue to pay interest on the interim financing while we complete phase two. So we'll save
Right.
those interest charges as well. I didn't calculate those because that would have been real nitty gritty, and we were already at 2 million, so I thought it's 2 million, 2.5 million plus, we'll say.
Right.
But yeah, so you also save those interest charges, because we'll close out that interim financing at the end of the project, and now the end of the project will be about 3 years earlier, so.
Okay, perfect. So when will this initiate? And
So-
when is the plan finished for it?
So if you guys, assuming you guys were to approve this resolution tonight, then we have a change order that's been drafted and been sent out for approval. We just haven't approved it at the city level yet, because we are not approved by you guys to do it. So I suspect we would have this locked in and the contracts adjusted within about 2 weeks' time. There's a bunch of paperwork that has to go with
Project.
it. Sorry.
How much time are we adding to the project?
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
That's okay.
So the project will close out in 2028 as opposed to 2030. So it'll close out in early 2028 as opposed to, it was the second stage sludge removal was gonna go all the way to 2030.
Perfect. And then slightly off the subject, but still the treatment plant. How are we, with the police station, we were getting almost monthly updates. We're on budget, we're on time. Can you give a little info on that? Do you know where it's at currently?
So I've got Mr. Kelly set up to be here next meeting to give you guys an update on the plant. I can give you one now, but I would hate to steal his thunder, but I'll leave it up to you. He will be here next meeting to give you
On
guys-
time, on budget?
Yes, currently.
Perfect. That, just for the world to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I get asked that constantly. It's like, yeah, I think it's gonna be done in 27. We're on time, on budget. So
He
It-
should have a presentation with pictures and really dive into that. I could do a good update like you guys got on the police facility
perfect.
next meeting.
Any other questions, comments? All right. Thank you for this forward thinking, by the way.
Absolutely.
This is what makes us click, and this is what sets us apart from a lot of other cities. And I get constant comments on how we are so forward thinking on some of these projects, and it just, again, you don't cease to amaze us. So, thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Public comment for this is now open. If there's anyone that would like to speak in favor or opposition. All right. I will close this hearing at 6:11. Up next, ordinances and resolutions. Resolution number 2026-08, adopting findings to support an exemption from the formal invitation to bid process for a sludge removal public improvement project, declaring such exemption and authorizing direct award of such contract to Rachi Incorporated. Ms. Corthell, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, sir, thank you.
All right, having held a public hearing for this resolution, we're ready to consider a motion for approval.
I move that the city of Molalla adopt resolution number 2026-08, adopting findings to support an exemption from the formal invitation to bid process for a sludge removal public improvement project, declaring such exemption and authorizing direct award to such contract to Rachi Inc.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion or comment? All right, Christie, will you call the roll?
Certainly. Counselor Gilmer.
Aye.
Counselor Schenkel.
Aye.
Counselor Childress.
Aye.
Counselor Bartholomew.
Aye.
Counselor Bicenius.
Aye.
Mayor Kaiser.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote passes 6-0.
All right, up next, resolution number 2026-09, amending the fee for mobile food unit as an accessory to primary use. Ms. Corthell, can we have your staff report?
Thank you, Mayor, and good evening again, council. So, staff's proposing a mobile food unit for the land use fee of $500. Flat rate at the beginning when you apply for the land use. The unit itself would just get a business license under the same business license fees as usual. There was kind of a two-lane road why staff's making this recommendation. One is that we heard from the council that we'd like to find something a little more fixed and easier to navigate. And two is that when we did do, we did some pretty significant research into how other cities are handling this, and we saw that their application fees, the differentiator was not in business licensing and not in an annual continuous fee, but on the front end and in the land use fee. And so we calculated what we believe the staff time costs were for, it's a little bit more of an enhanced review at the accessory unit level, but it also provides a lot more leeway and freedom to folks. And then having the ability, and we estimated roughly 2 years worth of following up to make sure that folks are doing what they're supposed to do, taking a look at things and doing that sort of thing. Which is just a half hour of someone's time to go out there and look each time. So when we boiled this all down to be cost neutral, $500 was what we came up with. And I will point out that based on the range that we saw from the mentioned communities in the staff report of $275 all the way up to $1,186 for their permit fee. The average is $723 and our proposed is $500, so it's actually well below that average as well. So. That was where all that came from. If you guys have any questions, let me know.
This is gonna be a one-time fee, correct?
One time.
Okay. Questions, comments? All right. I will entertain a motion.
I will move to adopt resolution number 2026-09, amending the fee for mobile food unit as an accessory to primary use.
I second.
Moved in second. Any comments or questions? All right, Christie, will you call the roll?
Counselor Gilmer.
Aye.
Counselor Schenkel,
Aye.
Counselor Childress,
Aye.
Counselor Bartholomew,
Aye.
Counselor Vicinius,
Aye.
Mayor Kaiser.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote passes 6-0.
Hey, Mac, there's a few people that have been in queue for food trucks. Can we let them know of the change? I know, was it Center Market? They had ones, they were gonna get set up and it disappeared, and I think, the brewery, I know he was talking about summer and then, Mr. Stafford. That way, we've just made contact with them and just let them know that things have changed, and
Absolutely.
maybe it'll spark some more interest.
Yeah, we'll send them an email and let them know.
Perfect, thank you. All right, up next, resolution number 2026-10, authorizing appropriations for expenditure of special purpose gift. Mr. Huff, you buying me a present?
Thank you, Mayor.
I take that as a no.
What?
I take that as a no.
Maybe I misheard.
Oh,
what
I
you
said, are you buying me a gift?
No,
Oh, okay,
no, I don't think so.
okay.
Unless you're
I
a
can
dog.
re-gift some peanuts.
Those are all yours.
So, in your packet, Mayor and Council, there's a staff report from Finance Director Cindy Sharon. I'm going to present tonight, and I can go into some details on what that is. I'm assuming that some of you are more interested in having the chief talk about Edo, our new canine. But I can talk about the finances if you'd like. One of the reasons why we need to do this is when we budget, as you all remember, we estimate or project what our ending fund balance is going to be and what gifts we might receive. And in this particular case, for canines, we get a lot. And that's what pays for the program for almost 100% of it.
Almost 100%, yeah.
Almost 100%. And so, anyway, with Ben's passing away, with him being sick, we got another dog, and we did receive another fairly significant gift of $21,000. But because of the way the budget was put together a year ago, because we start early and we project, we actually projected a balance forward of about $8,000, but that balance forward was only about $4,400 or $4,900, excuse me, and we projected canine donations at $7,000. They were 21. So this is really a process to receive the money and expend it. We're not, and we're doing this because it's over the amount that we can just take in.
Right.
So if you have any other questions about why we're doing that, I'm happy to answer them. But Chief is here to talk about Edo, our new dog, if you want to have him fill you in on that, and I can answer any other finance questions.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So Edo's doing great.
I just want to say I was right. You're interested in Edo.
Don't act so surprised.
So Edo's doing great. He's him and his handler are training with Clackamas County once a week, doing some pretty intense training. We have not sent them through a handler school yet. There's one forming and will hopefully be available to us at the end of this month. And so he'll go through his 6-week handler's course. We'll see how that goes. I just wanted everybody to keep in mind that Ben's was a mature dog when we got him.
Right.
This is a puppy. So we're still, I don't know if he probably won't be deployable right away after the handler school. We're going to want to get way more training under his belt. So it's really hard for me to give a date of when he'll actually be deployed on the road. But from everybody I've talked to, he's progressing fantastically. So I'm very optimistic that he's going to be a great dog.
Good. Anything else, sir?
No, not unless you have questions.
Yes, sir.
I have a question. I know there's dogs that specialize in different things, explosives, drugs, cadavers. What will Edo be able to do?
He's a protection and tracking dog. He's not cross-trained in anything else. That gets very complicated, very expensive, very quickly to cross-train him in other areas.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right, I will entertain a motion.
I move to adopt resolution number 2026-10, authorizing appropriations for expenditure of special purpose gift by title only.
I second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or discussion? All right, Christie, we call the roll.
Yes, Counselor Gilmer,
Aye.
Counselor Schenkel,
Aye.
Counselor Childress.
Aye.
Counselor Bartholomew,
Aye.
Counselor Vicinius,
Aye.
Mayor Kaiser.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote passes 6-0.
All right, up next will be Molalla Police Department Community Room Use Policy. Mr. Huff, we're ready for your staff report.
Thank you, Mayor. So in your packet, there's the final version of the community room use policy. We did add no glitter, no rice, no confetti, and all that. And again, it's written for no after-hours use unless we all are part of it. Like we had a C4 meeting last week, that would qualify for what we're able to do today. We had a couple of, nothing with the use of the room, but the use of the management of the room. We learned some things about the room last week. So part of this, I think, taking our time to get used to how to use the room and everything before we allow it to be after hours is a good thing, because we'll get real good at it. I do think that the folks who used the room last week, I've gotten some comments back from some colleagues whose mayors or councilors went, and I don't think anybody didn't have a good time or think the building was magnificent. So we'll get this, assuming you adopt it, we'll get this in use and use it for a little bit, and then expand it as we get used to it.
All right. I will entertain a motion.
No. Leota has questions.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I guess there'll be questions
No.
after the motion.
We can go either way.
There are just a few corrections that I've just marked them in pink, and I wonder if I can just submit them. It's a very good statement, I think, policy put together. And does it go through legal or CIS or anybody else? No?
No.
Okay. So do I just turn these in?
You can.
Okay.
if
I
that's
think
what
it would be important to state them for the record.
Okay, well, they're minor. On page 2,
Mm-hmm.
the first sentence says, complete the community room application located on the City of Molalla website, preferably received 14 days in advance of date requested. And I think if it's to be done within 14 days prior to the date, we should be a little more forcible rather than preferably received. The next one is at the end of the first sentence of the following paragraph, there is a closed parentheses, and it doesn't need to be there.
Oh, for damages.
Yes. Well, it says the requesting party shall submit a check or card in person for the amount of $75 for cleaning deposit, close parentheses, and there's nothing in the parentheses.
Okay.
Condition of room, item number 2, third paragraph is just an incomplete paragraph. It says no nails, tacks, or anything else that will permanently place holes in the walls or other surfaces. And that should either say do not use nails, tacks, or end it with maybe used. under equipment available for use, item number 1 is HMDI is in there, and that's just a transposition. I think that's supposed to be HDMI.
True.
Okay. That's all I have.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. There's one for, on the smoking policy. It says the Molalla Police Department in a non-smoking facility. I think it should be the Molalla Police Department is a non-smoking facility.
Yes, it should.
Oh.
Is.
Good catch.
Some people were very good at word searches, let me tell you.
It's just, you know, it's a curse. They jump out at you.
Any
Yeah,
other changes?
it's not me.
No, that's all I found.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion with the amendments and change to it.
I move to approve the Molalla Police Department community room use policy by title only.
With?
Second, oh,
With amendment.
With amendments, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I second it.
All right. It's been moved in second. Is there any other questions or comments? All right. Christie, will you call the roll?
Certainly. Counselor Gilmer.
Aye.
Counselor Schenkel.
Aye.
Counselor Childress.
Aye.
Counselor Bartholomew.
Aye.
Counselor Bysenius.
Aye.
Mayor Kaiser.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote passes 6-0.
All right. Up next, 2026 Personnel Handbook. Mr. Huff, we'll have your staff report.
So in your packet, there's also a fairly thick document of our personnel handbook. We have updated that document, and in the memo that goes with the packet, it lists the areas that we've updated. So we're not adopting a whole new document, but as you can imagine, with the Oregon State Legislature and our insurance provider, there are various updates to laws and things that we have to go through this document and alter. So we've listed them all in bullet points there. I won't go through every single one of them. But one of the things I did want to make sure that, and we've talked to you all about this before, Counselor Bysenius hasn't heard this. But some of the policies in the handbook do apply to you all as counselors.
She knows.
And so that, not the whole thing, because you're not necessarily employees, but parts of it as public officials, and some of the things with harassment and different things like that do apply to you guys as well, when you're in public meetings. And so anyway, we do need to bring these to you all so we can have you adopt the changes and adopt the handbook, so we can get it out to all of our employees so that they read it from cover to cover and give us a signature that says they did.
I remember doing that, thank you. And the follow-up courses as well.
There you go.
Any questions or comments? Yes, ma'am.
Has the council historically approved the
Yeah.
personnel handbook?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
It seems weird that you oversee staff, but yet we approve this. It's just kind of a, I know where you were going. It's like, when I saw this coming out, I was like, isn't this something
Yeah,
internal?
there's some nuances to some of this stuff, but it is important for us to say council adopted this document on a certain date.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I will entertain a motion.
I move to adopt the 2026 Employee Personnel Handbook.
I second.
Been moved in second. Any other comments or questions or suggestions? All right, Christie, will you call the roll?
Counselor Gilmer.
Aye.
Counselor Schenkel.
Aye.
Counselor Childress.
Aye.
Counselor Bartholomew.
Aye.
Counselor Bysenius.
Aye.
Mayor Kaiser.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote passes 6-0.
All right, up next, April 22nd, City Council meeting. All yours, City Recorder Teets.
Thank you, Mayor. I need just a moment to get to my page. So as you all know, there are 5 counselors that will be attending the Spring LOC Conference in Pendleton. The conference is going to be April 23rd through 25th. that does create a conflict for us for our April 22nd City Council meeting. I have met with the Assistant City Manager and the City Manager. We're on a roll. We have a lot of work going on right now, and we are not necessarily comfortable as staff just suggesting, making the recommendation to cancel the meeting altogether. So this evening, staff is recommending to council that we move the meeting to April 21st, so it would be Tuesday. If that is agreeable to all of you, we would need to make a motion to approve that, since our charter states we normally meet on a Wednesday. So that's my report.
Questions, comments, thoughts, suggestions? Yes, sir.
I have one question. Is there any other potential dates that would work? Only because that's an additional night in a row where we have activities. I have a young one at home, and that would be an additional night away. So that'd be my only concern, if there might be any alternative dates that would work.
I would have to consult with Mr. Corthell. The other option would be Wednesday, April 18th, so it would be 1 week prior, so we would have meetings essentially back to back. Mr. Huff will not be here, so
Actually, it'd be April 15th, is that what you said?
correct.
Yeah.
It would land on April 15th. So your options are April 15th or April 21st. Ms. Counselor Childress?
The following week, would that be a possibility?
The 29th?
The 29th, if we want to do it on a Wednesday?
Only if we have to. I will just share very honestly with council, for when anytime we have a fifth week is typically a very good time for me to take vacation. I plan my vacation around fifth week months, and we have 3 a year.
Good.
So if that is our only option, then we will do the last week. But I'll let you discuss amongst yourselves. Councilor Bartholomew, you had your hand
I
up.
just wanted to say I agreed with that, yeah. It is like a lot packed into a few days.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right,
If
so we're looking
possible,
at,
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna disagree with them because, not that it's a lot, it's that it was already planned anyway for the 22nd. It's not like this was a big surprise, and you guys, are going to the LOC thing because you want to go, but we already had this scheduled, so I don't see moving it to the 21st as, I understand the small children and all of that. I'm not trying to be insensitive to that, but I still feel it was already scheduled, and you knew that when you decided to go to your other things, right? Am I incorrect?
It was scheduled for the 22nd.
Yes,
Right.
it was already scheduled for the 22nd. All we're doing is moving it a day ahead.
But I do think those who are going are going to be leaving on the 22nd, are you
Correct.
not?
Which is
why
So
we're
they're
moving
already
it.
going to be
Yes.
away from
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
You could also go a day earlier and do it on a Monday, on the, was that the 20th?
20th.
And then there's a day in between when you all leave for,
I don't think that's gonna solve
Hamilton.
your issue, though, because you
No.
were talking about having so many nights away from
No,
your
I would
daughter.
prefer Monday, because that's not consecutive
Okay.
nights. So that would be preferential to me, personally.
I'm good with that.
Yes, ma'am.
Council, I can throw out a couple of days, and we could do a quick, maybe show of hands. What we need is a quorum. If we don't have a quorum, we can't hold a meeting. So I think if it's agreeable to you, Mr. Corthell, I'll start with a raise of hands on April 15th.
Works for me.
So if you are available on, Mr. Huff?
is that the,
It's tax day.
is it? Oh. You guys will have fun that night. See,
If
we
you're-
all, one of the things I just want you to know, at a staff level, at least these two, we generally plan vacations and to be gone
Right.
when you all don't meet. So if you're gonna go to the next week, sometimes it's a problem. for us.
It's true, we do plan our time away, scheduled around
Makes
council
sense.
meetings,
Yeah.
so
We
certainly.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
Well, if he's better with Monday night, the 20th, can we see if we can all do that?
certainly. You want to do a raise of hands on Monday, April 20th? Okay.
Yeah. There's no Monday Night Football, so.
Baseball will be on,
All right,
It's on every day.
so if you have more discussion, now would be the time to do that. Otherwise, we still need a motion.
If part of that motion, is that gonna be, we probably need to figure out if that's gonna include work session too.
I can tell you already that it would,
So we need in
because
the
we
motion.
I
had
think it
one
will.
tentatively planned. It started today.
Yep.
We had one come up today that it would have been planned on April 22nd.
So the motion, we need to say work session and council.
Correct. More specific to city council, because Mr. Corthell will need to confirm with our presenter that they are available on April 20th.
Okay. All right, I'll do it. I make a motion, we move our April 22nd work session and council meeting to the 20th.
I second.
It's moved and seconded. Any comments, questions? All right, Christie, we call the roll.
Certainly, thank you. Counselor Gilmer,
Aye.
Counselor Schenkel,
Aye.
Counselor Childress,
Aye.
Counselor Bartholomew,
Aye.
Counselor Bystenius.
Aye.
Mayor Kaiser.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote passes 6-0. Thank you, council. Very much appreciated.
All right, up next, staff communication. Chief?
So we've been in the new police department now for about 3 months. We've had several meetings there. I've had a lot of law enforcement over there, and so far, absolutely nothing but compliments. Tigard PD toured it. Cowlitz County Tribal Police toured it. They were very happy with it, and it's amazing the feedback we're getting on the building. We're still figuring out some of the tech, but we're starting to get it down. Mainly updates I have is on staffing. Kyle Murphy's set to graduate the academy on April 24th. He's doing great in the academy, and then he'll begin his 16-week field training program. Sorry, I can't change the date.
Dang it.
Our code compliance is still in background. We're hoping to get that back by the end of this month. And with his permission, I also want to announce that Aaron Christofferson will be retiring at the end of next month.
Wow.
So we'll be in a kind of a constant state of hiring. So he's 25 years, pretty good career.
So are we, hiring's open now?
Mhm.
And that we're not able to, I know you were going through lists. Are we able to use any of the lists?
We're in the process of hiring one that does not include Officer Christofferson retiring. So we're establishing that list, and we'll be conducting interviews at the end of this month, and we'll just see how the interviews turn out and how many people we can build on that list. We always have the option of opening it back up to and continuously taking applicants.
So are we taking applications now?
I'm gonna talk to my command staff tomorrow about opening it back up, yeah.
Okay. Someone had just asked me if we were hiring. In fact, they applied with Mount Angel,
Okay.
so they live local. I will let them know. Anything else new or exciting?
Well, that's all I got.
All right. Ms. Corthell?
Thank you, Mayor. I want to tout one of our new staff members a little bit tonight. If you guys wouldn't mind, you all have the website homepage on your computers. If you go to departments, or I want to, if you go to departments, go to planning division and apply for a development permit, or you can type apply for a permit into search bar or whatever else you want to do there to get there, you should get to a page that says apply for a permit or development on it. Once you look at me, I'll know you're there.
Yeah, I'll look at theirs.
Apply for a
Can't
building.
get it up. Oh, maybe that'll do it.
There it is.
Where were the directions again from the homepage?
If you just go to the search bar and type apply for a permit, that'll take you there too.
Is Dan Zinder's picture on it?
It sure is.
Okay.
In all its glory.
I know.
I think we need to update him a little bit.
Oh, jeez, look at that picture.
Did everyone find it?
Yeah,
I can help out if anyone needs help.
Let me see.
so
Yep,
I went
got
to
it.
this
Awesome.
and then see planning, apply for a building permit or land use permit.
Oh, so,
Type on or print on, no,
And
hit
then
on this.
go click that.
Down here.
Yep.
And just so you guys know that bar, that search bar up there, I never used to use it historically until I started helping to consult on building this website, and it's very smart. So honestly, if you're looking for stuff, I highly recommend using it on any website you go to if it's there. Just that's just food for thought. But secondarily, and most importantly, if you scroll down there and kind of pick any of the blue boxes below, well, kind of just scroll down the page and take a look at it and how it's set up. But if you go to any of them, I'm just going to go to building permit authorization and take a look at this and how intuitive this system is now. So one of the things I assigned our new associate planner, Clarissa, to do is the way this was set up before, there was a bunch of elongated boxes and all they had behind them was an application form.
Yeah.
And I said, that's just not cutting the mustard. People are, that's confusing to me and I'm in charge of the program. So, you know, I had her work on this and she kind of came in and pitched a different setup and put together the materials. You'll notice there's a submission guide on each of these that talks
Yeah.
to people about what the process looks like. You've got an overview at the top of the building permit process too, just in case you want to see an overview. You've got building codes, a button for them built in right there, questions, and it takes you through a step-by-step process. Talks about what you'll need, and then right below that is your application form. And you can dive right into that and submit. So Clarissa kind of, like I said, I assigned her to make this more intuitive for folks and to, you know, get it to the point where it's never going to be perfect because it's a complex subject matter, but to simplify it the best we could. And I just wanted to kind of tout that she's done this on each individual page. She went and trained a little bit with Crystal and watched some videos and boom. This is the product. And so I'm very, very proud of what she's done here. And I think it makes it just makes the entire organization and department look more professional,
Absolutely.
more customer friendly, and provides a much, much, much better user experience than what we had there before, which, like I said, was just a button, it's a building permit, you click on it, here's an application. It didn't tell you anything about it. How do I do it? What's it look like in Molalla? What do I, you know, where do I go? Is there something to help me with tools? Who do I call if I don't know what to do? All that's there now, all of it. So anyways, I just wanted to show you guys that, just one example. You know, she's doing an excellent job, and I just wanted to kind of tout this a little bit because I saw it and I was like, man, this is excellent, you know. So I was reviewing it and said, wow, this is great. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And obviously you'll get your community development report at the end of the month, but this was something that I thought was really cool that she did, and I wanted to show you guys the quality of staff we're getting because she took this and ran with it. And honestly, I was like, you're already done with that? I mean, she just hammered it out. Anyway, so that's all. I just wanted to kind of say, you know, great job to her and show you guys what she had accomplished. And I thought it was really cool and impressive and makes us look modern and, you know, all those good things and professional.
Excellent job.
Thank you.
I've been
Yeah.
nothing but impressed with her. Her presentations are outstanding. You know, she'll come in and it's like she's pre-programmed to go into a commercial on telling everybody online how to go to the website, exactly where to click, and you too can look at this presentation like the planning commission is. And I mean, it's just boom, boom, boom. And I'm really, really impressed with her. She's done a really good, from the outside looking in, she's done a very, very good job.
Thank you, and I agree. She's a star.
Anything else tonight, sir?
No, sir, thank you.
All right. City Recorder Teets.
Thank you, Mayor. It was great to see a few of you at last week's C4 meeting. I found it very interesting, and I really loved not running the meeting. One of the questions that came up at that meeting was when CCA dinners would start happening again. This is generally a city manager, city recorder, city council function, and with all of the OGEC ruling in 2025 and then the ruling update in 2026, like 2 weeks ago, we were all kind of in a wait and see mode. And as you all know, I'm very happy to report that the dinners are starting up again. Estacado is hosting at the end of this month. I've received RSVPs from most of you, so thank you. A little more history about the CCA dinners, mostly a reminder. Dinners are not held July, August, or September. It's too difficult to have people gather during summer months. Dinners are also not held November or December because that is the holiday season. That said, City of Molalla will be the CCA dinner host in May of 2027. This is the soonest we could sign up. So, got a little bit to go, but we will get there eventually. For those of you attending the spring LOC conference, reservations at the casino have been secured for all nights. You won't have to move hotels, and I think you will all appreciate that very much. You'll be provided with confirmation information next month as we get closer to the conference. Let's see. I'd like to give a shout out to Deputy City Recorder Robles. She took over the Planning Commission meetings. She did her first meeting last week and had no questions at all that she would be amazing. She did a great job, and I know she looks forward to continuing to work with the Planning Commission. And so on that note, just a reminder that we do have an open Planning Commission seat for folks that reside within Molalla city limits. You can contact me. And also regarding committee positions that are open and available, applications for Budget Committee are due to me no later than Thursday, April 15th by 5 p.m. Actually, I think that should say Wednesday, April 15th.
Yeah.
I need them by April 15th at 5 p.m.
Tax day.
And that's what I have.
Perfect.
Mayor.
Thank you.
Actually, I do have one saved round for all of you. We are getting very close to the Oregon Government Ethic Commission, your statement of economic interest. You're going to get notification likely at the end of this week or the beginning of next week. Just as a reminder, that's not spam. Make sure that you are paying attention to the return email address, but they will start notifying you that it's time to submit your SEI statement, and those are due no later than April 15th. If you don't submit it on time, you will accrue a $50 a day fine. So please make sure when you see that email that you get that taken care of.
Casey, you're gonna get this. I know you haven't done it yet. You're gonna get, it'll be an email, and you can either fill it out online. I usually call them. What they're looking for is your place, like where your income comes from, where your wife's income. It's to make sure that we're not getting gifts, and if we are, we're reporting them, or offshore bank accounts, stuff like that. So, the way Christy describes it, we're all kind of used to it. It's like, I gotta call them again. But the first time she described it, I was like, okay, $50 fine, what do I gotta do? So, it's not that big of a deal.
You have me worried that I missed one unknowingly, and I might have fines racking up. I was like, wait a minute.
All right, anything else, Mel?
I think that's it. Thank you, Mayor.
Welcome. Ms. Trout?
Couple of things. Excuse me. On the planning commission, there's been a couple of comments made by a couple of planning commissioners about the planning commission. The planning commission is different than you all. Y'all are elected officials. Planning commission is an appointed body. And I just, so we do what we can to get people to sign up for a vacancy, everything we can do. But the planning commission can operate down to 3. That's a full planning commission, based on how your code language is. So if they have at least 3, it's full. I mean, we don't want to keep it there, but so if you talk to the commissioners, and some of them are saying no, it's enough. We are doing what we can to fill those seats, but 3's enough. We're not violating the charter, the code, or anything by having 3 or more. And so if you have any questions that come up by that, that's actually what your code says.
Okay.
Just remember that when you maybe, I mean, we want 7, but we can function with 3, and your code says you can.
Okay.
So the only other thing I was going to bring up today was I got an email from LOC that they're accepting ideas for the LOC conference
Fall conference.
in the fall. And one of the things that we do talk about, I do the same thing. I think Councilor Childers wanted to see what was on the agenda before she decided to go to Pendleton. And I do the same thing when I look at conferences. Or whatever, right? So I think if you all as counselors want to make sure that certain ideas are put forward for sessions, that we should be more active in what is presented. I know that you all probably will get something through OMA on this.
Already have.
Have you? Okay.
It's already come through our listserv.
Okay. So, shoot them ideas. I know that there's a different group that decides what the sessions are, and I think one of our former counselors sat on the committee. Is that Jody?
Yes.
Who sat on that committee?
And then we didn't go.
Yeah, but.
They didn't take any of her, she was on the committee, and they didn't take any of her
Yeah,
ideas. So.
but I think we should still try.
Right.
I mean, what's the saying? If you're not at the table, you're what's for dinner? Is that how it works?
Not at the table, I'm gonna be hungry.
That's all I had.
Perfect.
So.
All right, Councilor Bassais.
I also had the opportunity to attend the C4 last week. Found it very informational, very complex. There is a whole board of acronyms that you had to study and constantly refer back to. But I definitely appreciated the time. The feedback on the new police facility was nothing but top notch. Everybody was so impressed with that. So great experience. Very happy to hear about K9 Edo. That's super exciting for the community. Continued support for that, and hopefully everything continues to progress well with the handler and the new K9. So that's very exciting to hear. That's all I have today.
All right, Councilor Bartholomew.
I have nothing to report, Mayor Kaiser.
All right, thank you. Councilor Gilmer.
The library's got a whole bunch of events coming up for March. She's got colored wax egg decorating, the Teen Y Tuesdays, also the Mollalla's Farmer Market is March 19th. And then she's got Spring Break Extravaganza. So, a lot going on there.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Councilor Schenkel.
The Molalla Chamber has their networking meeting tomorrow morning. It is from 8 to 9 a.m. So if you're in business, you might want to check that out. It's at the Molalla Fire Department. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Councilor Childers.
I have nothing.
All right. first off, thank you to everybody who came to C4 last week. Hopefully you all saw a lot of passion and what it takes to be at that table and to represent our city. There were some people that were at the meeting that I think they were a little above, higher up in the spectrum, that should have, people in the lower atmosphere should have been at the meeting. And ODOT sent some state people in, and they should have sent some local representation in. There was some rumor around that meeting about possibly getting on a bill for funding. And I did find out today that was, I can't remember the House bill, but it was from 2017, and it was for the walkway. So it was something old. I'm not sure why it was coming up in some bill last week at the end of the session, but it had something, I was told by Trent Wilson, that it had to do with the funding from the sidewalk, or the walkway. It's not, I don't call it a sidewalk. So, we're still in a waiting pattern. What is it, our meeting, when's our second meeting this month? The 28th? 25th.
25th.
We have a guest coming to town, and we'll see if we can possibly strong-arm him into something for Molalla Avenue.
We think we have.
Oh, no, I called him.
Oh, did he commit?
Yeah.
Does the guest have a name?
I said, are you canceling our meeting? He says, what? And I
Not
said,
going turkey hunting?
no, that's the following week. So,
Are you talking ODOT meeting for Molalla Avenue?
Ryan Winsheimer, the Region 1 District Manager, messaged, well, actually, he started messaging Commissioner Savas 2 or 3 weeks ago, wanting to set up a meeting, and Commissioner Savas is, well, as you guys saw last week at C4, he's dealing with some medical stuff. And so Ryan messaged me Friday morning, right after the C4 meeting, because I'm sure he was watching, and said, hey, let's get together and go have wings at that place next to Dollar Tree. And I said, well, obviously you haven't been here in a while. They're out of business, sir. So we're going to meet him somewhere else and see what he's initiating it, and we're going to see what he has to offer, and we'll bring a report back at the next council meeting of what he has to say. But as far as the C4 meeting, at one point I had to get up to use the restroom, and just walking out, and it's very overwhelming because I've been here since that project, since the purchase of the old bowling alley to now, and just thinking about this project of what it started as, what it is now, and all the good comments that we're getting as a city for it. It's like, wow, this is ours. We created this, and it's a really, really overwhelming feeling, and it was good. It's really good. I'm glad we did this for the city. Session's over. It was a nightmare. I'm glad it was only 35 days. I wish it was less. But now we sit back and see all the new bills and everything that came down. I heard there was something, UGB, coming down the pipeline that got passed. I don't know what it was. I found out about it off of a session recap on Saturday. And I was driving, so I couldn't even write down the number. But there was something to do with UGB in what they passed during the short session. So, and then of course, the police officers are not allowed to wear masks, and we're pretty good about that. They don't like masks. So, but otherwise, it was a great week. It's been a really good 2 weeks. I appreciate staff. You guys did a great job on the report. Thank Assistant City Recorder Robles.
Deputy City Recorder.
Deputy City Recorder Robles. I'm sure she was a part of this packet tonight. It was nice, and the SDCs, the presentation you guys gave earlier, that was spot on. It's always nice to have some good news rather than bad news like many other places have. So I was trying to round this up to 7 o'clock and I did it, so if there isn't anything else for the good of the order, I'll adjourn this meeting at 7 o'clock.
Round it up to 7.
That's the one thing about the
Okay.
5 o'clock meeting time.